the way that OG was spread in a team fight was just amazing to watch.
Well, we'll see what they get up to when No Channel does return. OG, of course, that Luna, such a spooky hero to give OG, but they're looking really good with any number of heroes. You still want to spend a ban on Earthshaker. I think you were bang on in game one about Sax's positioning. And no matter what heroes he's playing, Rubik, Earthshaker, whatever it might be, Shadow Demon, another one that he's grabbed up and had some great success with. But then there's also heroes like, Leshrac and Void Spirit, which are these flexible heroes that they can put across multiple roles, multiple lanes, and play that aggressive, diving tier ones with these, magic damage heroes very early on. It's so it's always been so difficult to ban against OG. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. You talked about Void Spirit. We saw position 5 Void Spirit yesterday. We saw also position 4 Void Spirit. I think position 4 is fine if you have a lineup that benefits from one hero just getting in, creating a lot of chaos, but you still need to farm that Aghanim Scepter. It's the core item, the best one you can get, and from position 5 you can't do that. Like, who was playing it yesterday?
Miposhka was 5.
Miposhka, yeah.
Roger was 4, right?
Roger was 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering now in game 2, do we start looking for the NIP Bounty Hunter Kotl, Meepo to come out? These, they tried the Broodmother cheese and it looks pretty decent, but it feels like they need to pack a bit more of a punch. Allow Supreme to maybe just be a bit more active in starting teamfights and making those calls, because Broodmother's a bit of an odd hero in the way she snowballs, Win the lane, take control of the kind of jungle area, and then you're pressuring towers, forcing opponents to come back. But not really getting involved in team fights until you have 3 items or so.
I think he could have swapped the item build, go for earlier BKB, where you want to put the pressure. He was still afraid of that Cold Snap, Tornado, Spirit Vessel. You can't remove it. There's no way of you dispelling that. So NIP, pretty smart ban. They ban out Ember Spirit so they don't fall into a trap of picking it for themselves in the next game. I just didn't feel the real influence, like the real power of the Ember Spirit in the previous game.
Yeah, because we saw, was it Broodmother Morphling as a core duo felt much more potent. I think it was Hellraisers, I can't remember who played it the other day. But you've got the Broodmother to make the space and then Morphling to kind of soak up the farm that she's created. And really kind of scale into that mid-game much, much better than an Ember Spirit with Spirit Vessel, Ewell's BKB, relying on his magic damage and not really getting too much done. Leshrac still getting into that ban phase. NIP not want to hand over that flexible core hero. As the same bans from OG. Just missing out the Shadow Demon, and there it is. So, Void Spirit. Potential opening hero for OG. The Ember replacing the Void Spirit. All the other bans are identical to game 1.
Void Spirit is that elusive hero. I prefer him as either position 3 or position 2, where you get the farm. Otherwise, he doesn't feel that great to me. Position 4 is okay-ish. NIP with their classic. Soneiko really oh man.
They're real classic, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the Oracle for Soneiko, it's Charlie Troll. So you have 15 seconds if you use the combo correctly. You can't die, which is pretty insane. So now you need to have heroes that deal well. I mean, it's a very good Void Spirit game right now. Cut into backlines, find Oracle. You also, Troll doesn't like to play into Void Spirit, like the Remnant, Dissimulate, anything that can buy time. Also builds a Yule Scepter.
Yeah, the kiting capabilities are real good, and there it is. Void Spirit does come out. And this, NIP, this is the opener that they love to grab, back when they were chicken fighters. Very often, either game 1, where they really need, up against Secret, up against OG, the big teams, they would grab Oracle Troll in game 1. Or if they were down a game in a best of 3, game 2, they want to bring it back. This is their feel-good opener. This is their real kind of morale booster.
Do you ban Axe? both of these heroes don't really like to play into it. And you can leave Seb alone. Like, Troll needs to be careful. You want to get the maximum out of your ulti. And there's always going to be afraid of, being dunked. It goes through Oracle's ulti.
What about this additional ban for NIP? Is it going to be that axe? OG. Honestly, I would ban out like Magnus or something. Get rid of the mag, get rid of the Luna. We could still see OG tri-lane around Luna here with Enchantress +1.
A Troll is very strong in the tri-lane. Like, these two heroes, Oracle plus Troll, they're extremely strong as a laners. You have ability to snipe the range creeps, a lot of sustain, a lot of damage. Like, once you get to level 3, they need to be very careful.
It's taking a while to think about it. And again, we're seeing... Wait, Dragonite was ignored in the previous game, right?
I believe so.
Feels like he was kind of quiet yesterday as well. Dragonite slipping in that draft priority. Queen of Pain also being ignored today. So Morphling ban, Witch Doctor pick, adding even more sustain, and it looks like Era does fancy himself a Witch Doctor player. It's a pretty good way to kill off the Enchantress, once you hit level 6 or so. Or even just Maledict with Purifying Flames to burst her down.
A couple of teams love to get Razor as a counter to Troll. Just take away his damage. It could also be an option. You don't know where this Void Spirit is going. Witch Doctor is such a strong position, 4 or 5. Like, he scales. We've seen Witch Doctors just carrying the game for the team.
Immediate pickup of Doom for Saberlight after that Vengeful Spirit grab. So Venge going to be able to cancel out Death Ward, swap the Troll in and out of team fights. That's displacement ability from swap, super good against heroes like Oracle and Troll who need to be, focusing on targets and, very reliant on their positioning. If you're able to cut backlines with Void Spirit, have Venge, moving people around in fights, and now a Slark who can also join the Void Spirit.
If you look at OG's lineup, they look so small, the portraits. Everything is single target. These heroes are very low HP.
Yeah, they're all pretty squishy. Little heroes. No real team fight for OG either. Like you say, it's all very single target, get pick off, and then kind of transition into towers with Venge and Enchantress helping you out.
They might still run a tri-lane with it. Like Venge, Slark, Enchantress, it's okay. I still feel the NIP's tri-lane is stronger. Like, you have a melee hero against 3 range ones. That doesn't seem too great.
Well, it should be Supreme's hero last. What do you feel about a Storm Spirit? Or a Meepo, that's the ban that OG choose. Clockwork removed by NIP, so taking out some of that catch, long-range team fight, the scouting from Rocket Flare. And Beastmaster going to be filling a similar role to that, right? The vision, the catch, the ability to lock people down as Broodmother again for Ninjas in Pyjamas. It's just being left all the way through the draft. The last pick, Broodmother.
So what you do is do the same thing. You put Seb on the mid lane on Beastmaster. These other 4 heroes don't do jack shit to Broodmother. So Beastmaster, you get the Axis build instead of going for the boar. And then you just farm up.
I'm trying to remember who I saw play it, but I have seen Slark against Broodmother, where Slark actually won the lane. I think it was a Southeast Asian game about a year ago, But they put Slark mid, you know, Dark Pact killing off Spiderlings, pouncing away from Brood if he gets chased down. But I think you're right with Beastmaster with the axes is probably more viable and more consistent way to deal with her.
NIP is not picking their heroes. It's something that they do. It seems like they're doing, okay, guys, 3, 2, 1, now. And then they pick their heroes.
Synchronized hero picking. Sax Avenge. It is a mid-1 Void Spirit. I'm really liking NIP's draft. Again, this time a little more than OG's, though.
OG looks very single target oriented lineup. You have Save coming out from Venge, Void Spirit, very elusive, hard to catch. He only needs to care about Doom. And Oracle's Root. Like all other spells, he can easily dodge.
And it feels like OG needs to have a really good laning phase here. We've seen Slark struggle in item progression if he doesn't get off to a good start and then have a real solid team fight and kiting squad to kind of fight around.
We've also seen Slark with Blade Mail yesterday, so
there we go.
I don't know. I think I've seen everything.
Everything under the sun. Game 2. OG against NIP. Seb with the level 24 Beastmaster. He's so close. He's got all the relics. Just needs to push himself to level 25. Get that master. Era taking out the Witch Doctor for NIP with Saberlight and Suneko. Doom Oracle heading top. Supreme
Okay, so
mid Broodmother again.
It's going to be Sumail on mid. He has 2 shared tangos. That was the second option. Like, you don't put Void Spirit on the mid lane. But I want to see how this matchup goes. He gets has spiders on you, you use Dark Pact. As you said, you've seen it before. This is the first time for me seeing a team adjusting with putting Slark on the mid lane.
It's also like the scaling of Slark. Like, Broodmother can't really trade hits. Can't really, focus down the Slark. But this was, the time I saw it was kind of before Broodmothers were cutting waves and farming jungles consistently. So we'll see what the adaptation is from the Broodmother. Has no tail. Gonna get found by the Fortune's End. I don't know if he's gonna... Oh, he sticks around for a click there. He turns around and hits into NIP, trying to bait them into a fight with Sumail arriving. Essence Shift stacking up. Here comes Sumail onto Suneko and OG. 4 heroes against 3. They have the numbers advantage and they might go for a little bit more. They've got no catch. So it looks like Saberlight will be able to escape. Scorched Earth level 1 though. No Tail still giving chase. Look at him go. He's got Enchant back up. Gotta be careful about the cast from Era here. He's gonna throw it out and bounce between the 2 OG supports. In comes mid one, looking to continue this battle around the Bounty Rune and forcing NIP away. Good Ether Remnant. Bounty Rune grabbed by No Tail. Saberlight, a couple of clicks from death. In comes the Troll with the ranged axes. Focus down the Enchantress. So at least a trade as Saxa will be giving his life a 2 for 2, but Bounty Rune advantage and First Blood going to OG.
Oh yeah, give me that Dota entertaining one. 4 kills, 20 seconds into the game. So Slark already stole 1 permanent agility. It's not a lot, but it's a confidence boost. Like, you want to see that number up there when you start the game.
Yeah, then he gets 4 CS. Perfect creep killing off that first wave. 1 Bounty Rune still out on the map. Should still be a 4-0 for OG. So Seb in a 1v1. Beastmaster against Doom for Saberlight. As Sax are going to be dragging waves. Vengeful Spirit. Manipulating that equilibrium. Sumail against Supreme mid lane. Slark against Broodmother. And then they've got this NIP tri-lane. Era, Suneko, as well as Charlie. Up top
King
against...
back to mid.
Yeah, King back to mid.
People wanted to see that, and here we are. Not the hero that you would expect him to play, but still, mid Sumail.
But yeah, when I saw this Slark against Brood matchup, it was like Slark won the matchup, like absolutely annihilated the Brood. Like, he got to level 3 and he's just able to solo kill Broodmother. Her armor isn't that good, Spiderlings aren't being built up quickly enough. Sumail just needs to get himself to like level 3 or 4. Suneko dodging a Remnant top. No Tail really putting that pressure on as Seb down bottom. Picked off by Era and Saberlight. Charlie is close to death top lane. Both side lanes. Some pretty hectic aggression. The Tomato's diving, clapping onto Seneko. Pops his stick, in comes the Ether Remnant, catching Troll. They finish the Enchantress and the Oracle survives.
It's one of the Sonoiko's best heroes. Like, he knows how to utilize him. He's already sitting on 2 kills. I'm just watching the mid lane. 11-3 against 11-1. Slark, no points in pounds yet. Just wants to be able to have Dark Pact maxed out. And this man-fighting Brood. But he needs to bring a lot of regen to this lane.
Sure does. That leash is going to be super good against the Broodmother, though, once he does get Pounce. And Broodmother with a bit of an army now. Should be able to farm that medium camp as well as the lane. As down towards bottom, Saxa. Initiated on by the cask, bounces into the creep camp, though. Saberlight giving chase, and the ball was blocking Saxa for a second there, but Saber's going to come in and help his buddy this time around. With a full creep wave and that board slow, wave of terror minus armor onto Saberlight. And there's a Doom with 1 minus 1, that's 0 armor. Quick math there, Lacoste, you've been teaching
Easy,
very well.
yeah, I'm impressed. Like, usually I'm the one doing the math. When we were casting together, like 6 times 2 is 12, minus 3 is 9. That's pretty impressive and also accurate, fast. But it's just, you know, when we see letters in math, that's when things get hard.
Algebra, too difficult. No tail, yet again dropped off. They were trying to play aggressively into this creep drag across by Seneko. NIP 5-2. Getting a lot of pickoffs as Era down bottom yet again focused, but Saxa Seb not wanting to dive the tower. Enchantress with 3 deaths. Making space for mid one here to get a bit of farm, but it doesn't look that great. Charlie
What's the number when you stop calling it making space and call that feeding?
I mean, it might be this one here. If they go diving for the Enchantress again. Level 2 does pick up the Nature's Attendants. Samael takes that bounty rune 30 seconds before the new ones spawn up. Farming jungle for a little bit as his bottle's coming out. NIP looking pretty good across these lanes. Trying to make a play on Troll, mid one with no tail. Giving chase yet again. Seb down bottom. Picked off once more. Saberlight and Era finding a pickoff.
Saxa was showing on the mid lane, so they use this info and instantly start playing aggressive on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster, different kind of a build this game. Usually you see Beastmasters, you know, just rushing for that Necro book, but now Orb of Venom, some extra slow, and he got good
Sumail. Broodmother gets a solo kill on Sumail.
He needed 1 CS for level 6.
It did go bad quickly.
Perfect voice line.
But yeah, NIP off to a great start now. Catapult wave mid with a Blightstone Broodmother. That tier 1's going to get shredded incredibly quickly. OG struggling to find their rhythm. Slark TP's back into mid to try and defend his tower. Now finally cracks level 6. And top tier 1 dive, Seneko finding no tail. Is that feeding now? 0, 4, and 2?
I'll give him 1 more.
Oh, Sumail already using Pounce. He might have to use, Shadow Dance here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Supreme still trying to give chase. A massive Spiderling army. Supreme gonna find another kill on Sumail. Saberlight
and Seb dies at
bottom on Seb bottom lane. 10-2. OG getting crushed in the laning stage.
OG got 2 kills before the Horn and didn't get a single one after. So tier 1 tower on mid gone. I love this more than what Broodmother did in the game number 1.
Is he gonna pop? Maledict,
He's dead.
Only got 1 charge. Yet another kill for NIP.
So Broodmother's going
to mid 1 top. He
straight into the Diffusal Blade. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, he does get himself away. So Diffusal Blade Broodmother, she's killed off the tier 1. That's a very quick item to pop up, like, what, 8 minutes in? She's going to have a pre-8-minute Diffusal Blade here on Brood.
And you get access to this triangle after cutting down the tower. Iron Talon. Pretty nice item for Broodmother. She just needs the recipe to finish that Diffusal Blade. Like, Slark are very vulnerable. The mana burn, any kind of it. Seems like you were watching the wrong game. I don't see this Slark dumpstering Broodmother, as you said.
Like I said, it was over a year ago when I saw it happen. Yeah. I've definitely not seen it since, and I fully agreed with you that the more consistent way would be to put the Beastmaster up against the Brood. Seems like Sumail giving away some unnecessary deaths. It's all these little things, right? If you've not practiced the lane matchup, you don't know when to bring a salve to yourself. You're trying to save up for that Gloves of Haste, which the Slark wanted to pick up, but they're going to dive bottom, get Slark involved, try and pick off Era. Cask, nice bounces there, getting Witch Doctor a little bit of distance as they do manage up the Slark. Okay, that's another death for Sumail. 0-3 on the Slark, giving him the tip now as they turn onto Seb. The board trying to slow down Saberlight as the Wave of Terror does reduce the armor on Doom. With No Tail arriving, they turn to battle into this NIP side. The heals from Suneko, not enough to keep Saberlight alive, and a roar from Seb going to catch themselves a bonus target here. The Raw Slope, Sato Blast does take him down as Saxa finishes him off with a magic missile.
You could see that Slark didn't definitely expect this to happen. Like, Doom, level 6, 8 minutes in, he's actually level 6.5. So this also gives Troll some space on the top lane. I want to see his item build this game. Broodmother's going for the Diffusal Blade. I know Charlie messaged me after one of their games where he went Basher into BKB, and it was a game-winning build. Okay, bottom lane, constant action.
It really is. They dive in to try and take down Era, and he gets the trade kill, but a pretty juicy streak there being grabbed up. 370 gold for No Tail as Saberlight being pounded by Sumail, but the TP reaction from Charlie is arriving. Probably needs the Shadow Dance here to fight Saberlight. Saxa, no mana, gonna have to pop his one for a stun, but No Tail has gone into the tree line, gonna be found by Suneko and Saberlight, and yet another pick off for NIP.
No Tail just runs different direction to save his teammates. More space created. I mean, he's involved in 5 out of all 5 kills, has 5 deaths. He's fine with that.
Don't be mad. Mid one with a double circlet.
Yeah, I was about to say he really dislikes upgrading those circlets.
And what's he got queued up? Deso. Blightstone coming out to him. Saberlight has that Diffusal Blade now. Very quickly moving into treads. Top lane, they kill off Seb. Death Ward from Era with a level 3 Maledict. Did he even get the bounty rune? Suneko got it, so Seb, nothing really he could do up there. Phase Boots Bracer now working on the Helm of the Dominator. But a 10 kill lead at 15-5, NIP. Every single one of these lanes has gone spectacularly well for them. Trolls farming Ancients, Brood is still pressuring that mid lane after taking her tier 1. OG don't feel like they've got a place on the map. You know, in this kind of situation, you would love to have some massive team fight abilities, some way to, you know, nuke a hero down and just find immediate snappy kills. Right now, they've got Primal Roar, and that's kind of it.
Agree. Like, Slark is having a hard time. He can't just play that aggressive. Okay, that's a big kill. Just bring the numbers. 5 heroes strong. And they tipped Charlie. I think he misclicked.
Oh, tipping Charlie instead of Supreme. But there it is. They group up as 5. Now they smoke straight off the back of it as well. Primal Roar down, but they've still got a number of little stuns. Magic Missile. They've got Enchant to slow. Slark farming mid, but they are aiming for Saberlight. Swap in from Saxa. Focusing the Doom. Half HP and obliterated. OG very quickly back into the thick of things, making action happen. And this is what OG are good at. This 5-man maneuver, showing 1 hero mid lane, 4 heroes swinging down to find pickoffs, and now they want this tier 1 tower.
They have a Catapult, they have Alpha Wolf, Beastmaster level 3 Aura. They don't need a Catapult. I mean, they just hit the towers with 4 heroes.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
NIP
tower is under attack.
coming in to try and fight. They've got a TP from Doom into the tree line. Charlie, he's getting focused, but he gets off his battle trance. Now focusing in towards No-Tail, but he drags him all the way back into the waiting arms of Mid-One's Ether Remnant, and that's Charlie down. Now where are the tips? Where are the tips for Charlie, OG?
This is tip worthy, not the previous one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Broodmother's still pushing out that mid-wave, but OG, they are just continually 5 heroes grouping up. The onslaught, it is relentless.
Dire's
Saberlight might be in trouble.
He's gonna get stunned up. Do they have anything to save him? False Promise is ready, and there it is. But the Roar coming after means that the damage will keep flowing through onto the Doom. The Witch Doctor has Death Ward ready to go.
Yeah,
they turn onto Enchantress, and that is a full HP Doom. Another magic missile, but it doesn't look like Void Spirit or Slark want to get involved with this. OG dragging 4 NIP heroes down to the bottom lane, forcing that False Promise onto a Doom to save him. As the Brood now chasing mid-1 Void Spirit. Big spider army in the mid lane. OG farming up on their 2 cores. Bottom again. Okay, they've got in. Saberlight once more down to half HP, but he turns onto Seb with Charlie there, netting up the Beastmaster. Nice cast, Maledict, Sansa, and No-Tail, trying to keep Seb alive and out of danger. The Courier focused down, and Helm the Dominator delayed even further with a Death Ward pinging away at Sansa's Venge. Looks like he should be okay as the Maledict expires.
OG is doing such a good job just making them busy on the bottom lane with 3 heroes, while mid one is farming. Slark is also farming, recovering. After those 3 deaths, he really suffers, but he has a lot of levels. Like, he's level 10.
Slark focusing onto the Seneko Oracle. They've got the Shadow Dance and 21 charges for Sumail. As a Wave of Terror, but the Doom onto Void Spirit going to chase down mid-1 here, surrounded by NIP. A good little pick-off there as it was OG making that first move.
Slark can't fight yet. Like, there's Broodmother. Broodmother's 4. I said he's high level. What's Broodmother then? She's level 14.
Level 14, level 10 Slark. My god. Supreme getting into Aghanim Scepter.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Seb, Beastmaster bottom, looks like he's going to die. Charlie trying to chase him down. Still pinging him out. Slowed down by the Tornado, the Boar, and the Enchant. There's a TP from mid-1. Void Spirit coming in. They've got Sanctus swapping back as the Cask and Maledict will make short work of the Venge. Mid-1 straight in on top of the Witch Doctor though, and there's a nice little trade pick-off as the Beastmaster found by Seneko. Again, forced a False Promise. Someone other than the Troll, this time himself, but the Broodmother backstabbing the Void Spirit. Astral Step, he's got no more charges. He does have a Dissimulate to try and maybe get high ground to, but he's got no TP. Mid-1 has no TP. Dissimulate will get him. No, he gets the kill on Seneko, but he's still going to die for this. The dive too deep from OG.
NIP playing this very well. Like, they're adjusting accordingly. Broodmother joining a team fight, still keeps farming her jungle and the enemy side of the jungle. And I see Yasha on Troll. Thank God he's not going for Battle Fury this game. Like, you're going to be missing out on the timing that you have with the Broodmother. So you want to keep the pressure as early as possible. Like, just getting status resistance build is fine against Void Spirit, any kind of a stun from Beastmaster.
Hey, might even go for that basher like you were mentioning. SNY. Oh, he's gone Yasha Diffusal Blade, actually. Queued up now by Charlie. I think Battle Fury is a thing of the past now. Not many...
Thank God.
Or not any heroes that buy it anymore. Snako reclaiming his jungle. De-warding and rewarding. Saberlight with... Is that a full Crimson Guard? He's got the majority of it. Where's his courier? No, just the Buckler Vanguard now queuing up Blink. A DD rune for Troll though means NIP into the Roche Pit. Slark still doesn't have that Diffuser Blade finished. Hawk is ready in a couple of seconds. They do know where Seb is standing as he scouts out the Roshan, but in comes Era. Oh, the cask doesn't get there in time. They're focusing down the Doom with that chain stun. They've got Saberlight wrapped up in all kinds of pain and damage. They get the fourth cross off though as the Oracle saves up the Doom and they focus down Seb. They get the first pick off and the chase onto mid one. He's out of mana and Slark still doesn't really want to get involved in this fight. He's ticking down to Maledict. Forced to heal back up with a Shadow Dance. Just a passive, of course, but NIP secure Roshan for themselves. Oracle out in the open. Slark does join the fight, but he's doomed up immediately. Gone! Sumail annihilated by NIP. Roshan still low, but it's a big team fight win here for NIP as they chase No Tail, sprinting away, trying to get up to the high ground, but that Broodmother. Here's a munch upon lunch. 22-11, Saxa, can you try a swap play here? You've given Vision in the pit with a Wave of Terror, but in comes Brood with a trolley troll.
One by one they fall.
Mid one wants to Astral Step this, he wants to steal it. There's really no other play for OG to make. But Saberlight is tracking back, he knows, they've got that vision. They see where mid one's heading. 2 Astral Step charges, he cannot get into the pit, so Aegis grabbed by the Broodmother.
All cores from NIP, they benefit. Mid one's gonna die. They benefit from Oracle ulti, like Troll having Lifesteal, Doom with the Scorched Earth, Broodmother with her ulti. So that means you're gonna be having Lifesteal extra region, which is gonna be doubled. So that means you're probably gonna live. 5k gold lead already for NIP.
Feels like it could have been much more. OG have done some, nice moves here and there. That bottom lane extended fight kind of kept them in the game for a long period.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is
But now you're staring down the barrel of a almost 12,000 net worth Brood with Aegis. As that Aghanim Scepter, it is completed. So Supreme with Web is going to come out all over the map.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Radiant items just keep on coming.
Dire's top tower has
Era
fallen.
Spirit Vessel very close to completion. Suneko going for a Ghost Scepter. And Seb playing in that Radiant jungle with Sumail. Trying to do a little bit here to that tier 2, but a Saberlight Illusion is bodyguarding the tower against the creep wave. As No Tail. Well, that was pretty immediate. Blown up.
They can try to
by the
close out this
Broodmother.
game. Troll doesn't have that many items. He's going for the Fusel Blade next, some cheap damage. I've said it, Slark does not love to play into any kind of mana burn, and they're gonna have to.
Bottom tier 2 does finally drop. Era and Saberlight lurking around, hoping that they can catch any of OG on their way out of this bottom lane. Charlie TPing to tier 3, and there's the jump. Blink Doom onto Sumail Slark. They've got a roar onto Witch Doctor though to stop any kind of continuation, and Slark is back with that regen going, but the Oracle going to catch him with a Fortune's End, giving the vision and continuing to chase. Saberlight has a blink up now, and he jumps straight forward with the Infernal Blade. Sumail though back with the Shadow Dance TP, nothing to stop him from getting out of here. Well done by OG to retreat from that.
It was also a cute little play from Sonaiko. He pumps the Fortune's End, places the Vision in the lane, and just keep chasing him so that he can't get his ulti off. No extra region, no movement speed.
Wish fulfilled.
OG needs to buy more time, not fight into this Aegis, which will be gone in 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Void Spirit has that Deso. And mid one has to run away from the Broodmother though. Supreme 3-4 hits. And it's only about 5 or 6 to get to the middle of that. Void Spirit losing the Aegis in the meantime though, and mid one does escape, surviving.
Great pickoff. Broodmother going for Aghanim Scepter. You're still gonna need a BKB. There's ton of stuns, ton of slows.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
NIP in a great position here to make sure Charlie does get that bottom tier 1. And then they can continue shoving down the bottom lane, it feels like.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Holding high ground in the triangle, no tail, straight up the steps, the two-man stomp, the blink in from the Doom. Doesn't have his ulti yet, but the Broodmother focusing in with the help of the cast, bouncing between all of OG. The swap does nothing, and they've killed off the two supports. Saxa no tail down, the Oracle shredded by the Slark, but this Void Spirit, he's caught up the Witch Doctor here with a nice remnant. The trouble is he can't escape. One charges and an Astral Step ready, but Slark is going to get netted up. Charlie finds the 4 kills.
That's a full team wipe.
5-man team wipe as Seb, taken out by the Broodmother, tipped on his way through, and a triple kill for Supreme as NIP are ready to break high ground.
It's time to go. I'm surprised that OG wanted to take that fight. NIP just feels way too strong at the moment.
The last pick Broodmother paying off wonderfully here. Saberlight also has Doom ready now. That was a fight without his ulti. If he's able to blink stomp Doom up, this could be game over. A full lane of barracks, ramped by NIP, and a long line drawn bottom lane. 42 health on that tier 1 there. And they can go back into this really strong position of power. The nice little high ground play off the ramps. A great performance from NIP. 30-12. OG's draft feels lacking now. No big abilities, no black hole or anything like that to be able to swing these team fights.
They're very limited. We said it during the draft. Single target abilities, every one of them. Like, you have no AoE whatsoever.
Slark working on the S and Y as Void Spirit aims for that Aghanim Scepter. But they are quite a way away. Crimson Guard for Saberlight now. Tanking up his team against the summons from Ench and Beastmaster as Doom TP's top. Ooh, Sumail, that was quick. Shadow dances up as Saberlight still trying to move forward, but Sumail was so quick with the reactions there.
He was just faking it. I don't think they would get the kill. There was Saxa very close by just to use Nether Swap. Next Roche may respawn in 2 minutes. OG is giving them trouble, out pushing these lanes. NIP is very limited on the catch.
Still no rest for OG as the Broodmother diving tier 4s, forcing the roar from Seb. Very nearly just solo died to the Broodmama there.
So no Slark ulti for half a minute, no Beastmaster ulti for more than a minute. They need to pop the glyph.
And they need to kill that range creep mid lane as well. Still giving NIP the opportunity to go for barracks here. Broodmother back up on the high ground. Trying everything they can, OG, to try and slow this push down. Remnant catches Supreme, but the two-man stomp, blinking with the Doom, and mid one annihilated by NIP. Buyback immediately, but they lose the Venge as well. Ninjas in Pyjamas shredding through the objectives. Tier 3 down as mid one jumps in aggressively yet again, trying to play onto the Doombringer. Charlie, though, turning to fight with the cast, catching mid one. He's about to drop, and he's going to fall. He can't get out there. Dead. With no buyback now. Sumail trying his hardest, but in a 1 versus 5, the Slark can't do a damn thing. No-Tail and Saxa turning back towards their fountain, return to base, because there is no way you're able to face up against NIP now. A second lane of barracks for NIP as OG crumbling in game 2.
I think it's time to call out this game. There's
has a
nothing you can do anymore.
Jumps onto the Venge after the swap. Seb trying to roar back, but the false promise there, allowing Supreme to dive again into the fountain. Saxa falls, and the Supreme Broodmother 12, 1, and 5. A beautiful performance as they wipe OG off the face of the map, and game 2 is an NIP win, forcing a game 3.
Man, I love Saberlight when he is playing any kind of initiating heroes. His positioning, like his Axe, his Mars, over the past 2-3 months were really on point. And now with the Doom, like he picks up a Blink Dagger, itemization was really perfect. Getting Vlad's, getting that Crimson Guard to tank things up, picking up the Centaur creep, going in, getting multiple hero stuns with it. It's just, I think this game is just an outdraft. It's hard for OG to take a fight. I thought Slark's gonna do better on the mid lane. They could have maybe shifted Beastmaster on the mid lane and then have Slark bottom against Doom plus